So I just did this whole article from the New York Times that was talking about the gender gap within HBCUs. And I wanted to come back to the conversation that Teray was having on his social media platforms. So you see right here, it says black men are not attending college. And he says college is crucial. So he was having a conversation about black men not attending college. So it's wild to me that the conversation shifted from black men not attending college to what black women were doing. Like this person, this pygmy says, America has succeeded in socializing the black community backwards. Educating black women was not for our empowerment, but for the detriment of the black family. If black women are always intellectually, financially, and socially superior to their partners, how will they ever submit? And she continues with, which leads to the resentment, division, and hate we argue about on those stupid podcasts. So when I was in high school and I was getting ready to go to college and I put in my one application, I literally only applied to one school. I was not thinking about the black family overall. I was not thinking about being intellectually, financially, or socially superior to black men. I was a teenager and I was just looking to extend my education and my opportunities and to get out of Oklahoma because that's where I was born and raised. I looked at college as a way to get away. These people that sit up and look at those of us that are educated and try to assign things to black women as something to impugn our character when most of us were just looking to succeed or get out of our environment or just, it was a natural progression because our family said so. So I don't know why it's an indictment on us and why talking about black men not going to college needs to be a reflection on the black teenage girls who actually applied to college, went in and graduated. That has nothing to do with us. That has something to do with them. Then we have the Watchman. He says, we're talking about the low numbers of black men attending college, but what is it about college that convinces so many black women to enroll, especially considering it's not the all-access pass to the middle class, a class that's almost non-existent, mind you, that it was 25 to 30 years ago. And like I said here, because they aren't convincing black women to go to college, we decide to go to college as teenagers. We're girls, and most times it's because we're doing well in college and want to keep pursuing more. We're not thinking about a non-existent middle class at that moment. WTF? Like, why do these people think that it's just women going to college? Most of the times we are teenagers. We are applying while we're still juniors and seniors in high school. We're not like fully grown adults that are applying. We are with our teachers. Our teachers are like, oh my gosh, you would be great for this program. Or a counselor is like, oh my gosh, you would be amazing in this program. It's not that we're sitting up here really thinking or understanding what's going on in the wider community as far as economics. I know I can't recall that I was thinking about the economy when I was 17 or 18 years old. We might see some things that are going on, but are you really thinking about that? Or are you just thinking about, yes, I get to get away from home. I'm going to go to this school. I'm going to watch this football program. That's what we're doing as teenagers. Tello Nikki says, wait. So because black males are uneducated liabilities that don't attend college, you're trying your best to shame black women for going to college? Nah, black women that can't see how clearly black males hate us are fools. And that's the thing, is like, why, if the conversation is on black male college attendance, why is it that they can't focus on that? Why is it that they have to bring it back to us? We're just sitting up there just trying to succeed and achieve in life, just doing our thing. Us achieving in life does not mean that they can't. We're not sitting up here stripping anyone of the opportunities to do anything simply because we're out here. When I applied to college, I did not snatch away a black male's ability to go to college. These people are crazy. That's why Black on Purpose says, make it make sense. Ashley says, I'm tired of this low comprehension demographic getting online and posting dumb stuff. Heba says, black women as a demographic are ridiculed if we are high school dropouts and on welfare, We are disrespected if we have minimum wage or entry-level jobs. Yet then, we are still asked, what convinces you to go to college? Danny Lee says, laughing my butt off is just another way to undermine black women. It's pathetic. Baddie Cartel Blog says, why are black men trying to fearmonger black women because they're getting dusted in the competition? And that's the thing. They're not even like, why are they even talking to us? You would have to go back to the point where we are teenagers. You would have to shame teenage girls for wanting to go to college, because by the time you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s and we've already attended and graduated from college, like, what is this supposed to do? We're already college graduates. You're not going to uneducate us because of some online discourse. So that is absolutely dumb. These are some dumb arguments. You would have to stop the girls at 11, 12, 13 from even thinking about college. And then you would have to stop the high school juniors and seniors from applying to college, because that's where all of this starts to seed. Like, we get these seeds planted in us when we're preteens, and then it starts to bloom a little bit more as we get into our later teens. Just say seeing black women be successful makes y'all mad. Black women make more than black men due to the incarceration rate versus black women college graduation rate. It's our education and our money. To end the grandstand, you end with the most male manipulating thing of all, with the middle class disappearing. Dog whistling the uneducated while also making black women degrees seem useless. Naker. That's how she ends it. Okay. Bill Basil says, so black men aren't going to college, and you're going to spin it and say, well, why are so many black women going? Laughing my butt off. Exactly. Why? Like, what did we do? What did we do? And then he says, no, I asked because a lot of black men are not interested, yet a lot more black women are interested. I could have easily drawn my own conclusions, but I'm not a black woman. So what better way to ask this than, I don't know, ask black women? Or you could ask black men why they choose to not go. So we want to go. It's not that anyone convinces us. Some of us want to get away from our where we used to live. You know, some people live in the hood. They want to get away. My case, I lived in the country. I lived in a extra red state, and I wanted to get away from Oklahoma, so I did. So there are lots of reasons that we go away, and it's not that the college is convincing us. We want to go. Pretty Bad says, I think the effing question your black butt should be asking is, why don't black men go to college? Why do black boys drop out of school or don't do academically well in school? Why do us N-words, black men, unalive each other at the rate we do? Why don't us black men believe in marriage? Why do us black men get incarcerated at high rates we do? You see how the effing questions I ask black men make effing sense? Every other race prioritizes college and higher education except you ninjas. Now, honestly, this is not necessarily true. Every other race prioritizes college and higher education because we're seeing that the men are being outnumbered by women across the board. So we got to get out of this bubble and thinking it's just us. Now, overwhelmingly, more of us black women are going to college versus the black men. But men in general are being trounced by women overall and in general across races, across cultures. Okay, so that is some of the discourse that I'm seeing around black men are not going to college. So let's just deflect and let's start talking about black women. That is what I'm seeing right now. I just thought that was interesting. And this, honestly, you know, I read that book by Richard Reeves that was talking about of boys and men and how to get more boys and men to succeed. If men don't actually tackle the topic, they're never going to see boys and men get raised up and do better because they always want to shift the conversation to women. And that is never going to help men and boys do better academically, financially, in all walks of life. Stop shifting it to the woman. Talk about the men and boys and what y'all are going to do to fix the lot in life for the men and boys. All right, y'all, join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So I was tagged in this Am I the A-hole post. And one of the things that I say about women posting in the Am I the A-hole subreddit is that they're simply looking for validation for feeling normal human emotions. This woman says, am I the a-hole for not stopping my husband from getting the paternity test? Now, it does not sound like you're the a-hole, but let's look at the post. She says, my husband recently asked me for a paternity test. Why? Because our son looks nothing like him. I never cheated on him. I would never. He knows he was my first and only partner. I told him he could have the test. Who am I to stop him from it? He took the test and found out our son is actually his, and he seemed very happy. I told him, congrats. Now you are sure it's your own son you are paying child support for. He asked, what does that mean? And I told him, if he thinks I cheat on him, then we truly shouldn't be married. I took my son and left, and we are currently staying in a hotel, and I'm going to get divorced. He keeps calling and texting and begging me to come back, but I don't want to. He said if I had such a problem with the test, then I should have stopped him instead of allowing it and then acting like a bratty child and ruining our lives. I'm not sure how I'm the one ruining our lives. He's the one who thinks that I'm a cheater. He should be happy he doesn't have to live with a cheater anymore. Right here is where I was tagged in. Cozy Cat Cafe says, not the a-hole. Men need to understand that a question of paternity is a question of infidelity, FAFO. And that is absolutely true, because how else would the child not be his? And that's basically impugning this woman's character. So she's right to feel aggrieved about someone, her husband, who she loves, impugning her character. She's not being a bratty child. She's not the one that made any accusations. She just let him do his thing. So I completely understand, and I also feel like she's not the a-hole. He gets to live with the fact that he asked this question. If he really felt some type of way, if he really thought that this child wasn't his, he could have gotten the paternity test done without bringing her into the situation, because obviously he has access to his own DNA and he has access to the child's DNA because they live together. So he didn't even have to get her involved if he was really having some doubts, but he chose to. And so now he has to feel the consequences of his actions, and he's living it with the fact that now she doesn't want to be married to him anymore. All right, let's check out some of these comments. This person says, you didn't have a problem with the test. You had a problem with him asking for the test. The asking is what ruined your marriage. And then Mr. Mo says, it's not even about the test. It's about the lack of trust that the test represents. Validly, OP has a problem with the fact that her husband did not trust her. Trust is one of the foundations of a healthy relationship. He has demonstrated that he doesn't have trust. Therefore, the foundation of the relationship is broken and it's over. F your canoes. What did the canoes do? F your canoes. That's exactly it. Without trust, there's nothing worth having. Individual Fuel says every person who has cheated on someone right before they get caught cheating. But why say that? That's kind of weird, especially in this case where there was no cheating. So that's kind of strange. And the lack of trust does fracture a relationship. So I'm not even sure why Individual Fuel says this. F Your Canoe says, so what you're saying is that it's dumb to trust your partner? What a sad, unfulfilling life you must lead. You're never going to experience true happiness in a relationship. And then Individual Fuel says, I didn't say that. You said that. I live in reality where spouses cheat. Prenups exist as well as paternity tests. You can trust someone and they can still lie to you. Privacy Partner says devil's advocate. Oh goodness, these people. Devil's advocate. But there are plenty of men who trust their partners and then find out later that the kids aren't biologically theirs. So it kind of seems like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. But actually, like I said early on, you don't necessarily even have to involve the woman. If you want to get a test, get the test done. You absolutely can. You're there. You have your own DNA. The child is there. Swab the child's mouth with one of those big old Q-tips and then get the test done. That way you don't damage a relationship if you actually feel like you need to get this test done. F Your Canoe says, the point is that no relationship can survive the loss of trust. Obviously, it's possible to trust someone and be fooled, but without trust, your relationship is doomed anyway. And then Privacy Partner says, okay, but this is the issue at hand. Trusting someone and being fooled. Trust in a relationship is built and should always be prevalent. I agree. Realistically, the dad shouldn't have doubted his wife if there weren't other warning signs. However, like I mentioned, if the kid turned out not to be his, then he had justification for a little bit of doubt. But there was no justification, and then he destroyed his relationship and there weren't any warning signs. The whole person playing devil's advocate is so silly. It's just like, it's unnecessary. And just keep in mind that the devil doesn't need an advocate. Anyway, this person says, you're the one off topic and missing the point, dude. And then F Your Canoe says, but it was his kid, so his doubt wasn't justified at this particular point, and now he has to deal with the repercussions of basically saying to his wife, I don't trust you, let's check this kid, because it could be anyone's. That definitely will hurt a relationship, to say this kid could be anybody's. There's no real coming back from that. There's no coming back from it at all. Anyways, y'all chime in. I'm totally sure you're going to agree with me, but you may not. You may not. There have been some women in my community that still believe that it's perfectly fine to doubt the paternity of your child and to just come out and ask the woman. So go ahead and you chime in. Is she the a-hole or is she not? Don't forget to like, comment, and share. All right, I have another Am I the A-hole post that was sent to me. She says, am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my boyfriend's bro night after he put me on the spot? And the answer is no, I doubt it, because why is he trying to make you pay for something? But let's look at the post. So she's 24, he's 26. She says, so I have been dating my boyfriend for about a year. He's super into his weekly bro nights with his friends, which I totally support. I usually just chill at home, do my own thing, no problem. This past Friday, we were out grabbing dinner when his friends called, asking him to come over for poker and drinks. He said sure, and then right in front of them turned to me and went, babe, you got this, right? Meaning the bill. I was caught off guard but figured, whatever, I'll cover dinner. But then he added, and can you send me some money for drinks? I'm kind of low on cash. At this point, his friends were laughing and hyping him up like, yeah, take care of your man. I felt super awkward, but just said, nope, I think you got it. He got quiet, paid for his half, and left. Later, he texted saying I embarrassed him in front of his friends and that I made him look like he doesn't wear the pants in the relationship. I told him I'm happy to treat him sometimes, but I don't like being put on the spot, especially when it's for him to go out without me. Now he's sulking, and his friends are apparently joking about how he lost his sponsor. Am I the a-hole for standing my ground? The fact that his friends are calling her a sponsor, and the fact that also he's acting like he wears the pants but needed a sponsor is kind of ridiculous. And these men are going to have to stop trying to joke and high five and embarrass women in front of a group of people. Like, literally, we keep having these conversations because I want women to walk away, have boundaries, and do not accept this type of treatment at all. These men sitting up here high-fiving each other like this stuff is funny to make fun of women, and it's absolutely unacceptable. They keep encroaching on boundaries just to see how much they can get away with. And I'm totally sure that they laugh at these women behind their backs when it is just all of the boys. If he wants to go out and do his friend's night or whatnot, perfectly fine, but that needs to be in your budget. And the fact that it's not in his budget, and the fact that he's 26 years old, he doesn't have the money for this, but he's going to go out drinking, shows that he is not particularly financially stable, and is probably for the best that this is the update. We officially just broke up. So I had whited that part out. I already knew that they broke up before I even got into it, but I didn't want to make that known until after I had read through the whole thing. So I haven't gotten into the comments, but the comments must have been supportive of this girl and saying he's just not that into you, or maybe he's just not for you. I will go look at the comments right now, but as it stands, they have broken up. All right, some of the comments. Fit History says, if he wants to wear the pants, he can start by paying for dinner. Large Client says, the one with the pants has the pockets. If you don't have the money, you don't have the pants. Ideally, everybody has their own pants. Inko says, in my world, ideally, no one is wearing pants. This person says, pants are overrated. Down with pants. And the person Elegant at the bottom says, pants killed my grandpappy. What is wrong with these people? All right, Joe Lefty says your reaction was perfectly acceptable. Your boyfriend is trying to show his friends how much of a doormat you are. You showed all of them you're not the a-hole. Murden says the lost your sponsor comment says it all. He's likely bragged to his friends about OP paying for stuff. I like to know what the financial dynamics are in this relationship. Does the boyfriend work full time? Does OP? He certainly sounds like he's mooching off of OP. Total Effect of the Sun says a 26-year-old acting like this is effing stupid, to say the least. No guarantee he's going to change at that age. OP, relationships are investments too. You sure you want to keep investing your time in this guy? Obviously not if they broke up. Neon Biscuit says, how are you going to wear the pants when you need your bills paid for you? You can't have it both ways. Lort says he might like it both ways, which is why he can't miss those bro nights even when he's got no money for it. History Hustle says maximum macho is him telling her when to cough up her money to pay for his fun. Sarcasm, in case this wasn't obvious. This person at the bottom says exactly. So stupid. Common West says, I think it's crazy his friends think he doesn't wear the pants, yet also call her a sponsor. I'm so sorry, but doesn't the man pay? Isn't that part of wearing the pants? Blippity Blue says, just another dude who wants a 50-50 woman, but wants to be seen as a traditional man wearing the pants in the relationship. They want the traditional women, but don't want to carry the responsibility of a traditional man. It doesn't work that way. I'm so glad that so many different people are pointing this out on multiple platforms and saying it, and we're going to continue to say it. You can't have it both ways. How are you 50-50, but then think that you're going to cosplay as a traditional person, a traditional man? And then FinFan says, yeah, even if they were to have a traditional relationship, I don't think that's a recipe for success. I remember my parents' relationship. My mom didn't work outside the home. My dad wore the pants. They had already been married for around 18 years when I was born, and I can honestly say I don't remember a single second growing up where they seemed to enjoy being with each other. Our family was nothing but a guy staying in a hotel and a woman half-heartedly cleaning the room and a kid trying unsuccessfully to not make either of them angry. Who wants to live that way? My dad died when I was still a kid, and I never heard my mother say a single positive thing about him. I can't think of a single positive thing to say about my mother. I'll take my modern equal marriage over that without a second thought. There you go. That's the reason why sometimes feminists are made. Sometimes feminists are made simply by watching other people in their dynamics. Anyways, let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think this woman is the a-hole? I say no. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you made it this far and you're not yet following me on YouTube, go ahead and smash the follow button. I'm trying to get to 75,000 subscribers over on YouTube. I came across an unserious thread that y'all all needed. This woman named Stefania, she says, I made ChatGPT turn me into a Muppet. Then with that very same free will, I created a Tinder account. This thread is amazing. Okay, so here's her Tinder dating profile. Stefania, 32. The hottest thing you can do is be emotionally honest, make bold decisions, and eat like a grown adult. So here she is, this Muppet with her dog. All right, a little bit about herself. I'm into self-trust, belly laughs, road trips with good snacks, and people who say what they mean and have the follow-through of an axe. Okay, tell me what lights you up lately. Bonus points if it's something weird and unexpected. This is what lights me up. This is weird and unexpected, and you all needed it just like I needed this giggle. Here she is telling her interests: hot springs, karaoke, coffee, content creation, and yoga. Someone is going to have to help me turn into a Muppet. Here she is putting on her lip gloss. She is a Sagittarius. She has a dog. She's sober, curious, and she's not a smoker. She's a non-smoker. Now, because of that post, it inspired other people to turn themselves into a Muppet. So this person, So Rowan, says, I shared this with my friends, and we have spent the evening giggling over this as we generate new images. Now I've decided to print my wedding photo and slip it into the frame and see how long it takes for a family to notice. Miss Yappington says, you've inspired a movement. Here she is as a Muppet. Here's King Keisha or Keisha. Here's Denitra. Coriel. Lots of people got involved. I definitely love this one and y'all needed to see it. House of Amma says, okay, I couldn't resist. This will be my April 1st celebration. Thank you for creating this thread. It was a treat. It definitely was a treat. And we all needed something to kind of laugh about because yes, this is definitely going to be a trying day. So let's smile about it before we deep dive into what's coming today. Let me know what you think about this one. If someone can turn me into a Muppet, please let me know. Inbox me so I can give you some pictures.